Hello all and welcome to Wow Crochet Designs. My name is Mary and today I'm coming to you with Get Ready! Remember September! What? Everybody's thinking, what? She hasn't done Remember September yet. No, I haven't. And it's, well, how many months is it? September, October, November. 1, 2, 3. It's 3 months worth. 3 months late, I should say. There's quite a few things that are late for our channel and we are catching up. It's a slow process, guys. What put me behind was, and get ready for it, I've got it down here. I wanted to get so excited and bring it up, was this gorgeous blanket. What? Well, I don't know whether it's all showing in the camera, but this is our Pretty as a Peacock blanket, and we'll talk a little bit more about that throughout this video. Also, throughout this video, you're going to hear things like, I have to look at the book now, projects that I'm doing outside of YouTube that you guys don't get to see. You're going to get to see 3 of those today. What? Yeah. And neither of them are finished, but you'll see them anyway. You'll see part of them. And you'll also see, I've got a Bendigo yarn came in literally 20 minutes before I pressed that you go on the camera. So there you go. And you're also going to have, we'll leave that till the end and I'll talk about that in a minute. Pretty as a Peacock blanket we'll talk about. We're going to talk about live antiques. We're going to talk about Christmas and some Christmas gear and our Christmas stocking. And then we're going to talk about a possible surprise. What? If you are joining our channel new, welcome. Don't forget to subscribe. This is one of the videos you really, really should watch because this is a video that not only has, not only talks about things that we are in the middle of, things that we are doing in the future, Christmas gear that's coming up, our Pretty as a Peacock blanket information, and things that you don't see on the channel that may in the future come on the channel. I'm not going to say they will. They might come on the channel. And also written patterns that are ready to go up on my website. That won't be talked about today. That will be talked about on Tuesday's video vlog in a few days' time. And what are we on now? We're on Friday. So whenever Tuesday is, just do your count. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you know I can't count. Well, I can. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to produce something like this. What? And you're wondering, wow, that's a fancy blanket. Do we have a pattern for it? Yes, we do. Well, no. The written pattern's not ready yet. And I do apologise in advance to the lovely Jody Mann, and we'll talk about Jody in a moment. But the written pattern will not be available for a while. I'm still working on it with my pattern tester, who the poor lady is waiting patiently for me to reply to her. She sent me some information. She said, Mary, look, I've edited part 1. What are you going to do? But if you still want to do this blanket before the written pattern, the pattern is here on the channel. What? As a tutorial. Now, I'll put the playlist to this pattern and some of the items you're going to see today, which I'll talk about, in the description box down below. All right? I don't want to fill this whole video vlog up about Pretty as a Peacock blanket, but I do want to make a very special thank you to the lovely Jody Mann. Now, if you didn't know this, throughout the year we do a thing called, they used to be called giveaways. I'm calling them surprises now. Sometimes we do spot surprises where we give away like small packs or small bits of yarn or hooks or whatever it is we give away. Sometimes we do that. And then sometimes we do something as big as this, where the subscriber, you guys, gets to choose the color of the yarn. Let me start that again. You get the yarn, the pattern, the hook, the scissors, the sewing needle. You get the whole kit. And that, like this blanket here, I'm not even going to tell you how much this blanket cost me. Because the yarn was extraordinarily expensive. And I was happy, well, it wasn't extraordinarily expensive, but it was expensive, yeah? And I was happy to give that yarn away to the lovely Jody Mann. Now, Jody, what she had to do in this particular surprise or giveaway, if you will, she had to name the blanket, decide on color combination. I did say I wanted cotton only, and she had to tell me, she had to let me know what cotton she wanted, what brand. I did say it had to be easy for me to purchase. Being in Melbourne, Australia, I still need to find, it's got to be accessible to me. Yep. That's something you'll talk about in the future for one of those surprises. But for today, the actual surprise at the end of this giveaway is nothing to do with something as big as a blanket. If you want to create that particular blanket, the very first playlist in the description box down below will be that blanket. So get excited, but don't go away yet because there's so much more to see. Oh my gosh, there's so much more to see. I am holding a few things over to until next Tuesday. And one more important one, I'm holding over to two important ones I'm holding over to Tuesday. And one of those important ones is also a spot giveaway as well, because I've decided, since it's been 3 months since I've done spot giveaways, over the next 2 weeks, I'm going to do just that, 3 spot giveaways. What? Now, these are small giveaways that I gift to those who spend a lot of time with us, whether it's on our channel here, whether it's over on Instagram, whether it's over on Facebook, whether they've popped over on the website and made some donations, or whatever it is that you do for us, even as far as super chats go when we do lives, even as far as joining us on our lives, yeah? And if you're very interactive on our lives as well, that's really, really important, because everything counts. Everything counts. And you know what, guys? You don't have to be, I don't know how to explain this, but you don't have to be a subscriber who's done too much for us. Just someone who's done something that has really touched me in one way or another. So just heads up there. If you're new and think, well, I'm not going to win because I'm new, don't think that, because the last person who won was very, very new. So don't think that. But in today's spot giveaway, we'll talk about that. You know what? We'll talk about that at the end, because that's a spot surprise. I like to do it at the end. Well, not completely at the end, like in the middle there somewhere. Look, forget it. We'll come back to it. I want to get on with Remember September. Now, Remember September, for those of you joining us new, not sure what that is, what I do is I pop a little tiny, and I call it tiny because I don't leave it on for too long. It's a little bit of music, and you'll see all the items that we produced from September 2021 for us today to 2022. I'm sorry, to September 2022. I'm not editing yet. Well, I might edit some things, but that I'm not going to edit. Right, so all of the projects that we produced during September 2021 to September 2022 is going to be in this tiny little video. And you're going to have that opportunity to make those projects if you've missed them, all right? The next link after the Pretty as a Peacock blanket will be Remember September, and that will be in the description box down below. You can click on that Remember September, go through all the lists, and you'll see everything that you see in the next, I don't know, minute and a half, 2 minutes. I don't even know how long the video is for. I can't remember. But you'll see all those items in that small clip. And then you'll think, oh, I missed that. I want to, what's it called? And then you'll see those pictures. Once you click on Remember September, you'll see the pictures of those items in the video. So that'll give you an opportunity to say, great, I've missed it, but I can still find it right here. Yeah. And that's what I do every year from now on. I think last year was the first time I did it. We will be doing one next year in February. It's going to be a big one because it's Remember Our Channel, put it that way, because we'll be 5 years, I think. Really, we're 5 years this October of tutorials, or maybe 6. I can't remember, but doesn't matter, right? Let's just say 5. But I didn't actually start doing any recording till about April of the next year. So kind of, I'd like to keep it between February and April of next year to make that big one. And then you can decide, it'll be a vlog just like this, a video blog or whatever you want to call them, just like this. And you can decide yourself whether or not you want to make any one of those items that we've created in the past. So it gives you an opportunity that if you've missed something from the whole of our time here on the channel, you can go back and try them. So there you go. But we're not worried about that. We're going to talk about Remember September. I'm just going to show you a little footage right now where you can have a look-see of all the projects we've made from year to date. And then if you are interested, you can actually make any one of those by clicking on that link in the description box down below. So here we go. Here is Remember September. Did you see all of that? We have created so much throughout 12 months. Really, I don't know how or why. I don't even know how. I don't. I don't know how we did it. We did work really hard. Some of the items you saw in there, like the swatch blanket of 2021, that one there was kind of half created throughout that year. The rest we kind of finished after the year, but I put it in anyway so that you guys can check it out. It is a very pretty blanket after all. So I put that in there as an extra added bonus, but some of the swatches we did create throughout that September year to the next September year. Also, we did actually do the temperature blanket within there. Towards the end, you saw bits of that temperature blanket, which was the granny squares that were joined. It was sitting over my pot plant outside. We started that December last year, and we are still in the process of that. And we're going to talk more about that on Tuesday as well. So there's quite a few things on Tuesday that we need to talk about, yeah? But let's worry about today. Now that you've got all the view of what happened through one September to the other, if you would like to create any one of those projects you saw in that little video clip, head on down to the description box down below and click on the Remember September link. All right, that's Remember September. Let's get on to projects. Now, these are personal projects or commission projects, if you will. Two of them are commission. One is a commission and one is a gift. And one is for me. What? One is for me. Yes, I get to have something for myself occasionally, which is great. Not always, but it is at the moment. All right, so let's firstly talk about why I'm running a little bit behind for our Christmas stocking. We'll talk about that later. And the reason is because I have a baby shower this Sunday. What? It is Friday and I'm nowhere near finished what I need to finish. Now, I am in the process of making a Grafghan. Ooh, I quiver when I say that always. But we won't talk about that because that's in a box somewhere, a tub somewhere. We'll just leave it there for now. The baby's not due till February of next year anyways. So I calculated how many rows I need to do every weekend before it's finished. Before January, that is, before the end of January. It gives me a couple of weeks to wash and block. And hopefully the baby's not born early. Fingers crossed for her, more than me. But let's show you a start of some of the items that one item. The other two items, they don't take long to create. The beanie takes maybe, 40 minutes to an hour, depending on whether I do a design. But the booties itself, they take a little bit longer. I think I do mess them up every time I make them. And then I have to do them again. Like I kind of have to repeat them. So this is the start of the little jacket. It's so close. Well, I won't say start. It's almost done. I just need to add the sleeves. I need to add a whole section here. So I actually made this smaller in front so that I can put a whole border around, if you will, and border it all the way around to about maybe that much. Yeah, that much. Not too much, otherwise it makes the whole jacket short. Now, this is going to be a jacket, and I'm tossing over whether or not, I don't know if you can see it, whether or not to put little pockets there just for good looks. Depends on how much yarn I have left, yeah? Now, this yarn is Bendigo Woolen Mills yarn. It's called Luxury. It's an 8-ply or a DK weight, and it's actually called Koala, which is pretty much the same colour as our little koalas that you see here in Australia. Little bears. They all look like bears, but they're not actually called bears. But anyway, so it's a little koala that you see here in Australia, same colour, and that has to be done by, it's really supposed to be done by tonight. We've got a lot of work to do. So after this little vlog, I've got to do a little bit of grocery shopping. Don't you love it? She talks about grocery shopping. Then I've got to get stuck into finishing this off. It's not much more to do now. Doing this part in front it's not easy, but it's not difficult really. But it just takes a little while. But the sleeves might take a little bit longer as well. But it still will get done today because I need to wash and block this tonight, so that it's dry by tomorrow night, so that I can wrap it tomorrow night. Oh my gosh. Or Monday or Sunday morning. I was about to say Monday morning then. Or Sunday morning for little bub. Because we are going to the baby shower on Sunday. Very exciting. I love babies. Well, I like to hand them back too. I love babies. I love to hand them back. She's so naughty. Now, for those of you who don't know this, on our channel here, was it last year or the year before? I can't remember anymore. But we did a 5-point star blanket. And I've made quite a few of those for family and friends. And this particular one is a commission project. It is for a friend, but she always pays me. And that's why I call it a commission project, you know. She's a very dear friend and I love helping her out and she loves helping me out and we're really good. But every time I make her one of these, she ends up paying me. And I don't really want her to, but she will. So I'll call it a commission project. And I've started with the clover. And this is the same Bendigo yarn that I usually use. Clover's the green, and then you've got the cream, or it's called it is called cream. Yep, it's called cream. And then that grey right here, it's called Ghost. Yeah, it is actually called Luxury Ghost. It's an 8-ply or a DK weight once again. She will also be getting booties and a beanie with this as well. She won't be getting the jacket, but she'll be getting the booties and the beanies with it as well. So that's very exciting. Now, we'll talk about that yarn in a minute too, by the way. But this is a 5-point star blanket. If you haven't seen our blanket, there's a picture of it right there. How gorgeous is it? I love it so much. But if you haven't tried that blanket, I've left a link to that playlist in the description box down below. It's called the 5-point star blanket. And this is the start of that one you saw right there 5 seconds ago. And so I'm in the process of creating that. That's got to be done by January as well. I have a lot to do. There's still more. But we won't talk about that now. We're going to get on with something that I'm making for me. You know, I don't usually create for myself. It's funny. You tend to do more for everybody else, for the channel, to show off on Instagram or to show off on if you've got TikTok or to show off on Facebook, just to, you know, show people your work and what you can create. And sometimes I like to create something just for myself. And I'm not a grand lover of this colour. And in actual fact, my daughter said, "Mum, when do you ever wear pink?" What? And I know a couple of subscribers who will be very intrigued by this little item here. And I said, because I had 2 skeins of it in stock. And I wanted to get rid of it. Now, the skein itself is it's kind of a light pink. It's a pink cotton 8-ply, or is it a DK weight, from Bendigo Woolen Mills. A lot of my gear is made using Bendigo Woolen Mills. I really do value their yarn. I'm not promoting them. This is not a promotion yet. But I do value their yarn because their yarn is always good. It's easy for me to purchase. I think I'm building a little rapport with some of the ladies at the front desk by accident. I feel sorry for them. I ring them and then I have to ring 10 minutes later and say, I forgot one. Don't you love it? But anyway, that's the cotton I'm using. It's 200 grams per skein. And I've only used about probably 130 grams. And guess what I've made so far? Less. 120, because I've got the other 2. Both the skeins are still attached. Why have I got 2 skeins attached? Let me talk about that. This is one side, which is partly done. When I say partly, even though it looks done, it's done from the top down, right? Top down, but it's not done here. Here I want to add extra rows, kind of like half doubles or something. Haven't decided yet. Here the same. I want to add extra rows. So when I put it on me like so, let me see if I can get up a little bit. When I put it on like so, that's going to be higher. It'll be like that. It won't be so low. But I wanted to make like a little rim or a border, if you will. And it goes pretty much, I'll show you where it goes up to. I don't know if you can see it, right down to my waist, just below my waist, nearly on my hip. And as you can see by looking at it, the top bit here, or right here, is one measurement. Then I kind of add extra stitches in the middle to give it a bit of a flare or a wider look so that you don't see the layer up a layer of cakes that I've had all my life. I'm not a big cake eater, so I shouldn't really say that. But that's one side. Now the reason, and I'll talk about that in a minute, why I have 2 sides going at the same time, at the same time, the front and the back are exactly the same, is because it gives me the opportunity, if I can't work out my count, because this is a new pattern. I've never done this before. So this is something I'm doing in my head. Whether it works is another story, right? Don't you love it? Don't you love it? She just like makes this stuff up. So I don't really know where I'm going with it. I don't know how long I want to go. But I don't want to be, I want enough yarn to be able to do half doubles across the top and the underarm to close things up, yeah, so it's not so open, if you will, right? Now, obviously, I'll be wearing a top under that because, oh, hello, look, you can see through, and you know me and my little modesty, I don't like to wear see-through tops, but there you go. So I'll be wearing a top under it, but I still want, it's hard to explain, I still want to have it more closed here, so it's not so loose and baggy. It's tighter up the top, but not extremely tight, but tight enough so it doesn't fall off the shoulders. Now, if I left this the way it is, this would slip off the shoulders. It's very loose here. I did use a hook size bigger than what it asked for, so it will be even more loose. I did want a loose fitting, but I didn't want it to fall off the shoulder. So I'm going to add a few rows half double this side, a few rows half double this side, so it'll close that part all up and giving me the bottom part with a tiny, tiny little bit of a flare and not a lot where it's overlapping too much, but just a tiny gentle flare. Now, this is something I'm working on just for fun. Will it be a project on the channel? I haven't decided because I have to work on sizes and things. So I'm not going to say yes, but I'm not going to rule it out either because one never knows, yeah? The baby jacket will not be a project on the channel, but it will be a written pattern on my website in the future. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And I wanted to talk more about this blanket, not the blanket itself, but when we did our Halloween puppet show production, if you will. Now, if you haven't seen the Halloween production, I've left a link just under Remember September in the description box down below for our Halloween play production. It was an absolute, it was a drama to make. It was a lot of work. I had to create the puppets, which we made here on the channel. And there they are. There's the 3 puppets. What? There's Lance the Vamps. Lance the Vamps. He was our Aussie vampire. And there is the beautiful Winnie the Witch. She was lovely. Oh, she was a secret witch, actually. Yes. And here is my little favourite, Spike. I love Spike. He was a swamp monster. I do love him. And that was what the production setup looked like. So if you didn't actually get an opportunity to see that play, it was a lot of fun to create, but also a lot of, you know, work. And would I do it again? No. Are you sure I'm not going to? No. But don't you want to? No. So I'll never do another play again on the channel. I'll never do another production or a puppet show. But I will do lots of little tales and funny things. I still will do those. But productions and plays, But there you go. The reason I'm bringing it up is because those puppets, yours truly, and this is, I'm kicking myself over this, use the yarn I was supposed to use for the blanket in the puppets. And I thought I picked up the little small pieces of yarn to create the puppets, but I actually picked the yarn up from this project. 2 of them, 2 colours. One was the Luxury Ghost, which was the very next colour for this project. Don't you love it? And the other one was the Luxury Clover. Now, there was the clover, the start of it. I hope that I got the same dye lot. I'm hoping that I did because I only bought that just before the show anyways. So I'm crossing my fingers that I got the right dye lot. If I didn't, I have to take undone all the cream, which I don't want to do. Don't you love? Oh, wrong way around. Here we go. I have to take off all the cream and I don't want to do that. Yeah. So I just wanted everyone to know the reason I'm getting a bit itchy now because I'm touching all these things. The reason I pulled this yarn out here is because, and let me grab some of that and some of this one here, is because all of what you see here, these skeins right here, they arrived half an hour before I pressed record. Might have been 20 minutes, but we'll just say half an hour, yeah? So they just arrived. There's more coming. The 8 ply to this one is coming, but I'm going to talk to you quickly about them. These are the yarns we're going to use throughout the Christmas projects here on the channel. Now let me go back to, I'll cross that off. I've got to cross it off, guys. I've got a lot to talk about and I'm trying to ram it all in, yeah? Okay. Now, the yarn has arrived. Now, I wasn't going to talk about the Christmas items until Tuesday, which is still the same, okay? But I just wanted to talk to you about this yarn that just arrived. This one was called Cotton Snow. It is a 4 ply, which is a lightweight. It's not a DK weight. It's lighter than a DK weight. Keep your eyes peeled for that. This one here is also a 4-ply, but I ordered 2 8-plies, and I believe they're actually on their way for Monday's order, which is a bonus because hopefully we'll have it all here by Tuesday. Oh, very exciting. So when I do that video vlog on Tuesday, it will talk all about our Christmas projects. Now, you're probably wondering why I'm not going to talk about the Christmas projects yet, and that is because we were doing some brainstorming last Saturday on Saturday's Live and on Wednesday's Live that just passed. This Saturday's Live, we're going to do the final brainstorm. Even though I said Wednesday was a final brainstorm, I want to do another one this Saturday, yeah? The other thing is, if you want to be a part of our live, our lives are 10 a.m. Saturday mornings, Melbourne, Australia time, and 4 p.m. Wednesday afternoons, also Melbourne, Australia time. These lives will happen. They happen all the time, and they're always going to be there. This Saturday's live will be on at 10 a.m. As usual. You'll get an opportunity to have your say of what items you would like to see or what projects you would like to see before Christmas. This Saturday will be the last opportunity you will get to let me know what you would like to see. Now, it doesn't mean I'm going to choose the items, because the last list they gave me was a mile long. But we'll talk about that on Saturday's Live. I'll leave that for Saturday's Live. It's a bit of fun, bit of silliness. We do have a lot of fun on the live. Be prepared for some shock that you see on the live. However, on our lives, we also have 2 things. One, which is dictate and create. And you'll love that, because that's something where, if you remember in your school years, your teacher would stand up in the classroom and walk around the classroom all high and mighty and say, right, I'm going to dictate this paragraph and you're going to write it out properly. And you're like, oh, it's a test. What am I going to do? What? That's what we're going to do with Dictate and Create every Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Live, where I get to read a pattern out and you get to create it whilst I'm actually, no, I'm creating it too with you, because I decided this time, the first time I did it, I didn't create it with you, and I already had it done. It was sitting on the table and I kind of got confused. So the last few that I've done, I've been creating with you guys. So I didn't get confused with the other one. So there you go. That's something that happens on our Saturday mornings live. Also on Saturday mornings live, you, as the subscriber, gets the opportunity to choose the color combination of our very next project that we're going to make here on the channel. We have been doing that for quite some time now. I don't have the list with me. We'll talk about that on Saturday's lives, and I don't really want the Saturday lives to not have that list. So we're going to talk about that on the live. However, I will say that the Christmas stocking that I'm in the middle of, which I'm struggling with, as you see, that colour combination was chosen by the lovely Angela. Angela, it's my bad handwriting, but bear with me there. So Angela chose the red, the cream, and the clover. This colour right here, the one down here, yeah? She chose those 3 colours. I laid some colours out on the table and I said, right, choose the colours you want. You can have the 1, 2, or 3 colours, whatever you want. And she chose all 3 colours. So very exciting. And I want to thank Angela for her choice. Now, that's just to let you know that the Christmas projects we're going to talk about on next Tuesday's video vlog, because I would like you to do on Saturday the very last brainstorm. So it gives you an opportunity, if you haven't had that opportunity to let me know what you would like to see. It gives you more time. Now, if you can't make those lives, I understand. We're very busy in our own lives, our own personal lives, and you still want to let me know, you can leave a comment in this video in the comment section down below. Or you can comment on Facebook, you can comment on Instagram, send me private messages, that is, or even on one of our posts. If you see one of our posts somewhere, you can comment there and say, I really wouldn't mind seeing one of these. I really wouldn't mind seeing that. So you give me that opportunity to have a look at it. I look at everything. I can't always respond to a lot of stuff because there's so much happening right now. I need a secretary. Hands up, anyone. But when I get an opportunity, I do get an opportunity to give you like a thumbs up, or you see when I like a post means I have read it, I've seen it, and I've considered it. All right. So you have that opportunity to leave your message anywhere. All right. But check out our Saturday's lives possibly even after they're done, so that you can see what's already been said. You don't want to have to, or hear what's already been said and see. You don't want to have to be repeating yourself, because it's, you know, if it's already been said, it's already been said. But if it hasn't been said and you would like to see that particular item, please let me know. I can only create if I see what, if I know what you want. Yeah. And it's all about you guys. Yeah. It's all about you guys. Now, the other thing with our lives, when we do live antics and you get to choose your color combinations, during Christmas, we're also going to be making, or before Christmas that is, we're making items that you can give as gifts for Christmas as well. And if you didn't know this, we actually created this as one of the live antics, and it's my favorite live antic project to make. I've got a ball of yarn in there. It's still sitting in there. My regulars will know it's been in there since I first made the actual project. So it's there, yeah? And this is one of the items that you can give it as a gift to your family, your friend, a young one, whatever, whoever you want to give to, yeah? So live antics consists of a lot of things. And here's a couple of items. There they are. How gorgeous are these items? I'll just do a quick overview there, and there you see quite a few of our items. Oh, look at them all, so many. And we've done all these items through live antics and more. These are projects that you can actually create as gifts to give to family members or friends, or even teachers, your doctor, your nurse, whoever it is that you have, your carer, and you can create these items for them. And you know what, a handmade gift is always treasured, trust me. Anyway, been there, done that. All right, so that's that. We've talked about live antics. The Christmas gear we're going to talk about on Tuesday, because we want to talk about another brainstorm. Saturday, Christmas stocking. Well, all I wanted to say to you guys is I'm running behind. That's it. And it probably won't be available until Monday or Wednesday. Monday or Thursday, because Wednesday's our live, yeah? Monday or Thursday of next week. So bear with me. It means that I have to do a second live antics project next week on top of this one. What? That's Christmas. That's done. That's done. We've done the stocking. We've talked about everything except... Where's my drum roll? Where's my drum roll? My son created a little drum roll for me. If you didn't know this, I don't talk about him enough. He is a musician. He's, you know, built his own little tiny studio where people can go in there and record, and he can help them sort out the music in the background and marry everything up and make it sound gorgeous. His company name is Phantom Studios, and I don't push that enough. I tend to talk about my son, but he's not, well, he is my son. But he's also a musician, a professional musician, and has been, you know, he went to university and studied music. He's a professional musician and has been for quite some time now, quite a few years actually. He's been out of uni for a while. And he's got his little Phantom Studios website. You can actually, if you live overseas and you want to create some music, or you want to sing a song and you've sung it and you want to mix the music with him, he does all of that, and he can do it even for you overseas. So he's a worldwide musician, if you will. And I leave his link in every video I make now. I was leaving it as his name, but I'm slowly changing that over to Phantom Studios. So you'll be seeing the word Phantom Studios more often in my videos. It'll say music, or it'll say props or whatever, music prop or music this or music that by Phantom Studios. That is my son Andrew, who's my wonderful musician for the channel. I never thank him enough, so I'm just doing that little thank you for him. Okay, I've got that on the list. He's done, and let's talk about the drum roll that he has produced for me somewhere. I still haven't got it. I need to keep my laptop here and have the drum roll. I'm going to do that for Saturday morning's live. I'm making a promise to you guys that the laptop will be right here. It's a cheap and nasty one, but it works, right? It'll be there with the little drum roll. So if someone makes a little joke on Saturday, which I love to hear, I will let the drum roll play. Don't you love it? All right. But for now, why I wanted the drum roll is because I would love to do a spot giveaway. Now, I've done one of these before. I'm sorry, let's call it a spot surprise. I've recently changed over to spot surprises instead of calling them giveaways, for the simple fact that we do have, oh, it's all over the place. These people come on and they pretend that you've won something and they say, click on this link. Never, ever click on a link. When I do a giveaway or a surprise, now that we're calling them surprises, I will speak to you personally. I will let you know that that's happened. Now, if I can't locate you, then you have to locate me. You have to watch the video to find out whether you have won the spot giveaway. And I'm going to stop talking, guys, because I've been talking enough. You just want to know who has won, and I know you're holding on to your little seats right there. But this lovely lady, she's been on the channel for quite some time, not really, really long, but for quite some time. She heads over to my website and makes the odd donation, you know, not always. And it's not something you have to do, guys, but she does. She's also purchased some things from me. She's also leaves messages on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube here on our favorite channel, here at Wow Crochet Designs. But she also, if she's rushed and hasn't got the time, she'll leave a little heart. So if you've done that, you know who you are. But she'll leave a heart saying, I love it, but I just don't have the time to talk. And that's okay too. The little tiny heart, the like, the whatever it is that you do, sharing our videos, whatever it is that you do, she's done this in the past. And I really appreciate everything that she's done. And these are spot giveaways that's supposed to happen like monthly. They're small giveaways. And the lovely lady who has won this. Ta-da! This. Oh, who is it? Oh, it's Corrine. The lovely Corrine has won this. Now, Corrine, you have won. Yay! Where's the drum roll? You have won upside down yarn for starters. Can't even turn it over because then the pack will be upside down. Or is the pack? Oh, the pack's upside down. There you go. That's better. So the pack's up this way. You've won the yarn, the hook, the scissors, the sewing needle, and the pattern. You've got the whole kit. And so now I just want to thank you, lovely Corrine, for all that you do here for us here at Wow Crochet Design. You've won a small spot giveaway, a monthly giveaway, which I'm supposed to be doing monthly and don't. And you've won that. And so I'll be posting that out to you. Please contact me. I know you watch our videos, so please contact me, private message me, don't put it publicly. Never click on any links that you see that says you've won. I will never do that. I will never put a link to say you've won. I will say, watch this video. And I will say, someone has won it and they haven't watched the video. Please check the video out or I can't send you out your prize. So that's what I will say. I will never send a link in a comment section and say you've won. Please click on this link. That will never happen. Okay, just heads up. But that's that, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. And a very special thank you once again to the lovely Corrine and to the beautiful Jody Mann for her colour combination for our gorgeous blanket, the pretty as a peacock blanket. And also on Tuesday, next Tuesday coming, or I should say this Tuesday coming, we will have some more yarn laid out on the table, maybe. We'll see. Let's not talk about it then. Just thank you very much, Jody. And again, thank you, Corrine, for all that you do for our channel. And also, guys, don't forget, every month, maybe a couple of times a month, you're going to see a video vlog like this. It won't be as long as this. This is just long because we had, remember, September involved with it, and we had a few other things that I had to kind of ram in. But we're also going to hold out quite a few projects that I was supposed to talk to you about today also. We're going to hold them out till Tuesday, so you'll hear the rest on Tuesday. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. Don't forget, guys, to like, subscribe and share. Do all the wonderful things that you guys, well, pretty much already do for me. And don't forget to join us on our live Saturday morning. That's tomorrow morning, actually, at 10 a.m. Melbourne, Australia time, whatever that time is for you. And I will catch everyone then. Oh, ciao for now. Try to be good. Oh, I'm going to have my top. I can't wait to wear my top.